Tonight's briefing, a critical unauthenticated root exploit in Telnetd. Apple ships background fixes for a WebKit same origin bypass. Ubuntu desktop faces a local root escalation. Glassworm returns with a sweeping supply chain campaign, and a major retailer's email channel is abused to push crypto scams. Here's what defenders need to know and do now. Welcome to the roundup. Patch velocity is high across vendors this week, and the common thread is simple. Minimize attack surface, prioritize browser and OS updates, and lock down your software supply chain. First, critical unpatched Telnetd flaw. CVE 2026-32746 enables unauthenticated root RCE. Researchers disclosed a 9.8 CVSS vulnerability in the GNU inet utils telnet daemon, involving an out-of-bounds write tied to line mode set handling. An unauthenticated remote attacker could execute arbitrary code with elevated privileges, effectively system-level compromise. Key facts. This is specifically in Telnetd from GNU inet utils. The flaw enables remote code execution without authentication and with root-level impact. The weakness is an out-of-bounds write scenario. Why it matters. Telnetd, while legacy still exists in some embedded, lab, and legacy Unix-like environments, an exposure at port 23 can convert a network probe into immediate full compromise. Defender takeaway. If Telnetd is present, disable it and replace with SSH. Block or strictly limit TCP/23 at network boundaries. Inventory for inet utils Telnetd packages. Monitor for connection attempts and unexpected process launches tied to Telnetd. And apply vendor updates as soon as they become available. Second, Apple fixes WebKit vulnerability enabling same origin policy bypass on iOS and macOS. Apple released its first round of background security improvements to address CVE 2026-20643, a cross-origin issue in WebKit's navigation API that could allow bypassing the same origin policy when processing maliciously crafted web content. Key facts. The issue affects iOS, iPadOS, and macOS. It centers on WebKit handling that could permit cross-origin policy bypass. Apple has shipped background fixes intended to remediate the flaw. Why it matters. The same origin policy underpins web isolation. A bypass increases risk of data exfiltration, credential theft, and session abuse from drive-by or malvertising scenarios. Defender takeaway. Ensure devices are updated and background security improvements are enabled. Enforce modern browser baselines via MDM. Prefer Safari and system web views that have received the improvement. Increase monitoring for unusual cross-origin requests in managed browser telemetry. And remind users to avoid untrusted links until a statewide update's complete. Ubuntu CVE 2026-3888 bug lets attackers gain root via systemd cleanup timing exploit. A high-severity flaw affecting default installations of Ubuntu Desktop 24.04 and later can be exploited by an unprivileged local user to escalate to full root. Tracked as CVE 2026-3888 with a 7.8 CVSS score. The issue involves a timing exploit in systemd cleanup that allows an attacker to seize control of a susceptible system. Key facts. Default Ubuntu desktop is impacted. The attack is local privilege escalation. The weakness lies in timing around system cleanup behavior. Why it matters. Privilege escalation enables persistence, credential theft, and lateral movement, turning a minor foothold into full system compromise. Defender takeaway. Apply Ubuntu security updates promptly when available. Restrict local account creation and physical access on affected hosts. Tighten sudo and polkit policies. Monitor for suspicious privilege change events, and accelerate hardening baselines for developer workstations and any multi-user desktops. Fourth, Glassworm malware hits 400-plus code repos on GitHub, NPM, VS Code, OpenVSX. The Glassworm supply chain campaign has re-emerged, with a coordinated attack targeting hundreds of packages, repositories, and extensions across developer ecosystems. Key facts. More than 400 code repositories and packages were affected. Targets included GitHub, NPM, and VS Code OpenVSX extensions. The goal is propagation through developer tooling and dependency chains. Why it matters. Compromising developer dependencies can stealthily insert malicious code into build systems and production software, amplifying impact far beyond a single endpoint. Defender takeaway. Immediately audit recent dependency updates and extension installs. Pin and verify package versions with checksums. Enforce signed and provenance-verified artifacts. Quarantine suspicious repos and rotate developer and CI tokens, and implement pre-commit and build time scanning with deny lists for newly flagged packages. Fifth, Nordstrom's email system abused to send crypto scams to customers. customers received fraudulent messages from a legitimate company email address that promoted cryptocurrency scams disguised as a St. Patrick's Day promotion. Key facts: messages originated from a valid sender identity, increasing victim trust. Content was fraudulent and scam-focused. The incident leveraged an established retail brand channel to reach customers. Why it matters: when adversaries abuse legitimate email infrastructure, traditional sender reputation signals fail, raising the likelihood of successful phishing and financial loss, and eroding brand trust. Defender takeaway: for enterprises, enforce strong outbound email authentication with SPF, DKIM, and strict DMARC policies. Monitor for anomalous sending patterns and lock down access to marketing platforms and service accounts. Implement user reporting workflows and rapid takedown playbooks, and coordinate with customer support to issue clear advisories. For recipients, treat promos that request cryptocurrency or urgent action as high risk and verify via official portals. That's the briefing. If this helped you prioritize patching, browser updates, host hardening, and supply chain hygiene, share it with your team, subscribe for operational updates, and turn on alerts so you don't miss the next round.